Well, slightly more conservative approach for the D's today than in the league, certainly. Veteran Gavin Ray in his second spell here, and who, along with boss Barry Smith, lost the 2003 final to Rangers, will try and support top scorer Stevie Milne up front. Jake Hyde has dropped to the bench for them this afternoon. Killie lining up as they have done all season. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Gary Harkins, of course, is injured. Former Dundee midfielder Dean Shiels plays today, though it is looking likely he'll go back to Doncaster, where he's been on loan from. Paul Heffernan and Liam Kelly are potentially the men to watch. There's more attacking options for Dundee on the bench than their visitors today. Jake Hyde scored the winner against Raith Rovers last weekend. Graham Bain there too. Teenage Matthew Kennedy's on the Killie bench, having made his first start against St Mirren last weekend. What a start Barry Smith had when he took over at a crisis hit Dundee last season. He went undefeated in his first 19 games in charge, and it's going okay for him this campaign as well. Stevie O'Reilly's the ref, took charge of Killie's exit at this stage last year when they went down 3-0 at Ibrox against Rangers. The first Scottish Cup fourth round tie. It's going to be some weekend, you feel. And it's a good place to start. The 8th Scottish Cup meeting between the clubs. They've won 3 apiece with 1 replay. It's the first time they've met in the competition since 1994. Killie won that one 1-0. The only goal of the game scored by Tom Brown. Killie keen to avoid an upset in Dundee. They wouldn't have been delighted with this draw, especially given they've won just once away so far this campaign. Let's Dundee with some early possession here. How they would love an early goal. Craig, how's this going to go?
Oh, it's a hard one to call, Liam. You know, you fancy Killie because of the SPL side, but Dundee with home advantage. Spoke before about the necessity for Dundee to get into the game. They lost a goal early against Motherwell, couldn't come back, lost 4-0. They won't want that to happen again.
Well, they got the first shot in. It's not going to trouble Cammy Bell. There's Stephen O'Donnell.
Possibly just a little bit early. You know, it comes to him, he's got to take it on the half volley. On his left foot, just stubs it right into the ground.
Well, that's what the Dundee fans want to see. There was a thundering challenge from O'Donnell just as you were watching the replay there. And Ryan McKeown at the back there scored on his debut for Kilmarnock just up the road, Sandyman Street at Tannadice, against Dundee United on the opening day of the SPL season.
What a sensational goal that was. I was at the game, Liam.
Wasn't bad, was it? Couple of early touches for Cammy Bell. Back in the side, he'd spell out of the team because of a broken arm sustained on international duty. He was replaced by Jaakkola, who's on the Kilmarnock bench this afternoon. Long ball from Fowler. Foul by Heffernan, says the referee. Brad Douglas. How long's he been on the go now? 40 in April. The Barry Smith's lieutenants here as a player assistant manager. Gary Irvin. It's too high for Milne. Sissoko wants to get that through to Shiels. How Kilmarnock will miss him when he goes back to Doncaster. The manager's son, of course. That's Gary Hay. He was quite short with the pass there. It looked Pascali, and now Dayton. McKeown. Irving got in the way. It's between the ball and Gary Hay. 3 Scottish Cups Rab Douglas won with Celtic, 3 SPL titles as well, and still playing in the second spell here.
Yeah, so it's amazing. I know goalkeepers' longevity works for them, it doesn't work for players, but to be playing at this level at 40 years old speaks volumes for his professionalism.
He just sitting in that spoiler role just now for Killie. So used to seeing Gary Hay playing at left back. Rory McKeown has played there for most of this season. Coming away though. McCluskey. It's Matt Lockwood. Lockwood with the long one for Milne. Well, Dundee doing exactly what their manager would have wanted. They're pressing the game. They're playing mostly in the Kilmarnock half as well. And as you hinted about before kick-off, Craig, given they lost the early goal against Motherwell exactly this weekend last year in the same stage of the competition, that's what they'll be keen to do, not lose that early one.
And don't allow the opposition to dominate the way the game is played. Kilmarnock want time on the ball, they want to make passes, they want transition from back to middle to front. If Dundee work them hard enough, they've got to go back to front, they've got to knock the ball aerially, and then the two Dundee centre-backs can stop Paul Heffernan getting on the ball.
Dean Shiels is on the ball just now. He's got Heffernan waiting in the middle, so too is Dayton. And it's the first corner of the match for Killie.
This will be interesting. Both Kilmarnock centre-backs, Sissoko and Pascali, good in the air. First real test of the Dundee rearguard.
Chance for Sissoko and Pascali to join the attack here and try and flood the mixer, Kilmarnock. Right on the head of Pascali. Well, Dundee, enough bodies in the 6-yard box to deal with that. Gavin Ray charging out with it. Just looked a little bit hairy for a moment there as the ball came in. It was almost too easily won there by Manuel Pascali.
Yeah, and once he heads it down into the mixer, it can fall to absolutely anyone. Dundee did well to scramble it clear.
Here it was.
Yeah, Pascali, I mean, he's good in there. Once he nods that down, it could easily fall to a player in blue. As I say, a lot of numbers back for Dundee, they did well.
Just back with Hay. Switching it to Fowler, the two Kilmarnock stalwarts. Fowler's ball in. Douglas chooses to punch. He's going to come back at Dundee here. Hay playing it through towards Shiels. Too much on it though.
Strange decision by Rod Douglas. You know, I thought he spotted the ball in early and it would have been a comfortable catch, but he decided to take no chances. He's punched it straight down the middle, and eventually when the final ball, yeah, you think he's going to just take that. It's a decent punch. I mean, it clears the box by miles, but it gives Killie the chance just to chip another ball back in there.
O'Donnell. Irvin. Milne. McCluskey has been heavily involved so far. That's clever. That's Irvin. It's going to come back at Gary Irvin. What a goal this would be. So unlucky from Dundee. Terrific build-up. Irvin just didn't have the finish.
I think it was because it was on the stretch, he doesn't catch it, but there's some great passing here, clever play. Now the 1-2, get the ball back, take a touch, looking to pull the trigger, just doesn't get enough on the final effort.
Heffernan flicks on. Shiels route forward blocked by Craig McKeown. Ryan Conroy hasn't really been in the game so far. In the opening 7 or 8 minutes. Former Celtic player playing on the left-hand side of the Dundee midfield. Dundee currently 6 points adrift of Ross County at the top of the First Division, though the Highlanders do have 2 games in hand. I do feel it's counties to lose, but Dundee and Falkirk will have other ideas. Still plenty of the season to go. So O'Donnell pinging that one out, looking for Conroy. Gets onto it eventually, uses Lockwood. Again, it's good passing from Dundee. Ray playing that one in, it's straight at the goalkeeper there. from Ross Chisholm. But again, it's great build-up from the First Division side.
Some of the one-touch passing from Dundee in the final third has been absolutely different class. We know Kilmarnock are capable of doing that, but it's the home side who are showing them the way.
McCluskey. Towards Milne. Coming together there between Liam Kelly and Manuel Pascali. Free kick for the challenge by Shiels on McCluskey.
A couple of former Hibs players going head-to-head. They'd have been there at the same time. Jamie McCluskey, wonderfully talented player. The only thing that held him back at Easter Road was just a lack of bulk. You know, the people thought not going to be strong enough, and fair play to the lad. He's come to Dundee to make sure he makes a career out of this football.
At one point he was the youngest player ever in the SPL when he made his Hibs debut, wasn't he?
Yes, I think under Bobby Williamson. Might have been Derek Kilmarnock. I remember the day because he was warming up in the tracksuit, and the tracksuit looked like it was twice as big as he was.
He's got a chance to impress today. Brought into the side. Barry Smith dropping Jake Hyde, who scored the winner against Wraith Rovers last weekend, back to the bench. Milne, their top scorer. You have aforementioned McCluskey now. Trying to lift that one through. Sissoko got his head onto that one. Kept alive by Chisholm. Chisholm again. Oh, it's a dangerous area. Gavin Ray's there. Milne was there too. And somehow Kilmarnock spade it away.
It's a real chance for Dundee. I think mistake by Sissoko, rescued by his partner Pascali. Here's the mistake. Got to pull the trigger. Great challenge, Manuel Pascali. That's a goal saver.
Gavin Ray, former Rangers player, of course, went down to Cardiff City. Had a great spell there. Now back at Dundee. Kilmarnock clear. It's only half away though. From Conroy. Pascali gets it away, and he's got the bonus of finding James Dayton, but he's given that straight back to Dundee.
Kilmarnock just cannot get Dean Shiels involved. He's the man who makes them tick. He will run the passing, but Dundee have done so well just to deny him the football.
Clearly they're not going to need any encouragement today, Dundee.
Well, we don't see a lot of Dundee, and I know they're doing well in the First Division, but I'm surprised at the way they've started. They look really confident, their passing is slick, and they have created the half chances.
Dundee have won the Scottish Cup once. It was away back in 1910 when they defeated Clyde 2-0 after 2 replays, and here they come again. Irvin. Support from McCluskey if he wants it. O'Donnell. McCluskey. That's a good challenge by Hay. Experienced campaigner. Fowler. Finds Heffernan. Thumped away by Craig McKeown. No holds barred, that'll do. Pascali. Heffernan. He came off the referee there. Shiels has it. Hay. Key towards Heffernan. He's done well, he's got onto that one. Still it's Heffernan. Chance. Not taken. Well, Dean Shiels arrived in the box.
It's such a difficult chance, but Paul Heffernan does so well here. One-on-one, he's determined to get into the box. Now he's looking for his teammate. Fires it really, really quick, and Dean Shiels, very difficult to get his left foot on that and hit target.
Lockwood. Craig, what have you made of the job Kenny Shiels has done at Kilmarnock since replacing his former boss, I suppose, Mixu Pataline? He stepped up from assistant. Took him a while to get going, didn't it?
Yeah, well, he found wins hard to come by, you know, and that puts you under pressure, but he's stuck by his principles. He wants to play attacking football. He wants to play football the fans are going to come back and see, and he's going to stick at it. I mean, you think of the number of players they lost to be producing a cup semi-final, still in the Scottish, going well in the league. I think he deserves a huge pat on the back.
Gavin Ray. McCluskey trying to find a way through. Nervy start at the back from Kilmarnock. Take McKeown. Irvin. A bit too clever that time, McCluskey. Well, Gary Irvin has started the game really well. Former St Johnstone player.
You'll be surprised at how often he's managed to get forward. Everybody says that's the strong point of his game. Get him in the opposition half and he'll make things happen, and maybe slightly too far out to be thinking about a shot here, but another chance for Dundee to put Killie under pressure.
Well, Cammy Bell organising his defence, but Dundee have 4 in and around the penalty area waiting for this one. And it's easy in the end from Cammy Bell. Conroy didn't quite catch it as he would have liked.
I think it's a poor decision. You're going to need something extra special to beat Cammy Bell from there, and I just thought there was no chance.
Heffernan beaten in the jump. Chisholm getting it to Conroy. Chisholm trying to get back onto it. Stevie Milne's there as well. Flag stayed down. The flag stayed down. Oh, Dundee celebrate. They have gone in front. Oh well, Kilmarnock stopped there, absolutely raging with the linesman Charlie Smith. But when all is said and done, this goal, it appears, is going to stand. The referee trying to calm the Kilmarnock players down. Well, it's a big, big call, but in the end, Stevie Milne is giving Dundee the lead.
Now, Stevie Milne's quite right. You go and finish, and you worry about it later. Everything else is for the referee and the linesman to sort out. The ball's in the back of the net. The referee says goal. He's now consulting with his assistant, and we'll see. Be a brave man to change that decision.
Well, Willie, he's having a word with Charlie Smith just now. Here goes Stevie O'Reilly, and he's ruled the goal out. Well, Barry Smith is raging. Craig Patterson.
I just can't believe they've changed the decision, because I thought the linesman was the man who said it was offside. The flag doesn't go up and the ball's not through. Onside there.
It's a flick.
He's on there. I think he's onside. It's a goal. They gave it and then they changed the decision, and Dundee have every right to be absolutely livid.
Well, how big a moment will that be? There was a second touch came there from Ross Chisholm, Craig.
Yeah, well, if that's as I say, if the linesman spotted that, I'm totally amazed, because he said no flag, he said goal. Why he turned it around, I have not got a clue, because the linesman was adamant in the first place that that was a goal. I'm not convinced he saw that touch.
A huge moment in this cup tie. Came 15 minutes in. Dundee thought they were in front, but it was the Kilmarnock fans who were celebrating. Stinley Bob Shankly stand behind Cammy Bell's goal. Those who've made the journey up from Ayrshire. But that, despite the celebrations, is a major let-off for Killie, because Dundee have started the better side, but it's Kilmarnock looking to make the D's suffer even more here. And it's Milne who had the ball in the net, trying to start a breakout. Dundee perhaps will have a feeling of grievance. Dean Shiels. Straight for a handball. Looked like he came off the chest, but here's Gavin Ray's on his own for the moment, though. It certainly added a bit of fire to this cup tie, that's for sure. McCluskey. One way, then the other. Certainly likes the ball. McCluskey's found O'Donnell. Lockwood. Ryan Conroy. Straight to Sissoko. It's a free kick on Dean Shiels. Big shout there from Stevie O'Reilly to go to his assistant, who didn't flag, and change his mind, having originally given the goal.
Well, as I say, I have absolutely no idea why that was changed, and between them it looks like they've got it right, because when the ball was flicked on the second time, Here it comes again. That ball, he's onside. That time, he's definitely off. You look at the linesman, no flag at all. He's off to the halfway line. He says goal. I'm just not sure how or why he changed that decision, but I suppose bottom line, they've actually between them managed to get it correct.
Well, Charlie Smith, the assistant referee, thinks it's a goal, and Stevie O'Reilly then gives the goal. Then if Stevie O'Reilly thinks, was it a goal? Perhaps it wasn't. Surely he's got to overrule the linesman. Well,
my only guess, I wonder if the fourth official who's in touch has maybe managed to say, look, I saw a touch, therefore you better go across, but if I'm correct, then it is actually offside. And you know, the bottom line is, we always say, as long as they get it right, we're not going to complain. How they got it right, that's another question.
Well, Frank McDermott, who's there, the fourth official, was the man who told Stevie O'Reilly. Barry Smith was raging beside him. I'm sure he's not telling him, oh yeah, it was me that told him.
Would you volunteer that information?
No. Well, communication issue at the back there. Fowler thumping that one clear. Cammy Bell looked his all the way. And Kilmarnock at 6s and 7s at the back right now. Milne playing it in. That's the sliced clearance. Kilmarnock looking shaky. Came off the knee of Pascali. It could have gone anywhere. In the end, it went to Fowler. Rory McKeown. Dayton does well to find Hay. And then it's Sissoko. And Kilmarnock will be able to clear eventually. They're struggling in defence, Craig. You can see just this afternoon, those who haven't seen much of Kilmarnock this season can see why they've been struggling on the road. They look shaky at the back.
Yeah, but they will insist on trying to play their way out. Sometimes just put your foot through the ball, get it clear, and start trying to play in the Dundee half, because at the moment, virtually the entire game is heading towards Cammy Bell's goal.
Killie are the kings of the short goal kick, and it's caused them problems. Doing it since Mixu Patalainen arrived at the club last season and continued under Kenny Shiels. Killie looking for Dayton.
Well, here's the vital touch, the one that, yep, you know, it's a fair touch. You can see behind them where the fourth official is. He can see the deflection far better than anybody on this side, where we're on the same side as the linesman, and you couldn't tell from here that touch had been made.
Sissoko and Co bailed out. When all said and done, it's the correct decision at the end of the day. Here comes Dean Shiels. Oh, he's got that one through. Oh, the flag's gone up against Heffernan. That is very tight.
It's definitely a close one. To be fair to the Dundee defenders, they stood and they kept a decent line, but it was definitely close when this was played through. Paul Heffernan sets off. Oh, Gary Irvin, is he just far enough back? You know, it's one of those 50-50s. It's impossible for the linesman to get that right all the time.
To be fair, Paul Heffernan and his teammates didn't make too much of a deal out of it, and that is generally the rule of thumb when it comes to controversial decisions. Milne. A little bit short with the pass, Stevie Milne there. Craig, how will Dundee react to what they'll see as, you know, something that has gone against them here they feel shouldn't have? How will they react to that? Will it spur them on, or will their heads go down eventually? Well,
they seem to have just kept going. It's as if it's an injustice, it's gone against us, but we're on top. Keep going, we'll get a goal, and you know, credit to them for doing that, because a lot of teams would have gone into their shell and said, well, we should have had a goal and we're hard done by. Dundee are just continuing to take the game to Killie.
Pitch is kind of awkward for the short game. It's a bit bobbly in parts, and it's difficult. We've seen it a few times when they've been playing passes to teammates, short balls, both teams. They've been short with it, perhaps not necessarily realising the ground has been cut up somewhat over the last month or so. Still a decent pitch out there though. It's Ryan Conroy there to really get the rub of the green at Celtic. He's played twice actually for Celtic, Ryan Conroy. It's been long that time. Looking for Milne, almost in behind Pascali to stretch to get that away. McKeown. It's kind of hit and hope at the moment for Killie, isn't it?
It's a little bit of frustration. I think they can't dominate the possession of the ball, so Dean Shiels, who's usually the most composed player on the park, trying to fire balls right down the middle, almost impossible to get that beyond the centre backs with enough check to allow your striker a chance to get in the end of it.
Ray trying to force that out to McCluskey to try and control the bouncing ball. McKeown was there for company though. He's been a mainstay, the Northern Irishman McKeown, this season. His first season. This is Irvine. Back to O'Donnell. It's Gary Hay. Intelligently done by Shiels for Dayton. Dayton's such a good player, he's been so unlucky with injuries. Here he comes. Killie number 10, Heffernan. He's going for it himself, didn't catch it.
Just doesn't get enough of it. One of the better moves for Kilmarnock. Dean Shiels involved initially with a flick, he gets forward, James Dayton drives at the defence. Eventually you can see Dundee players coming back, goes to the far side, and then you get the shot which just dragged wide of the post. No problem for Rab Douglas. Kenny Shiels, Kilmarnock's 21st manager. Just their 7th in 20 years though. Hay. Heffernan flags up. We're still having to play back to front. Kilmarnock, it doesn't suit them, but Dundee are hounding them in that middle area, stopping them playing through the air, and Paul Heffernan, it's really just balls to chase. It's the only thing he's had coming up in his area. Racchi playing out on the right hand side there for Kilmarnock, hasn't really got into it yet. It's been on the periphery. Racchi scored against St Mirren last weekend, scored 2 in his last few games. Gavin Ray, well done by Ray, away from his opposite number 8 there. Liam Kelly, Conroy. Dayton. So O'Donnell playing it through. Milne to Ray. It was strong by Gavin Ray, but he didn't have anyone to his left. Lockwood, just thinking about the shot there. Conroy. O'Donnell. With Neil McGregor. Bursting through the gears there, McGregor. He's down. Free kick, Dundee. Decent area. Yeah, I think they'll take that as a chance of possibly playing on and giving them a chance to use the advantage, but a free kick from that area, I think too good to pass up. Just gets to the road, blocks off the run. Now here's a real chance for Dundee from a central area to work Cammy Bell in the Killie goal. Stick on free kick, referee doesn't see any advantage, gives them a free goal. He left the leg out there, Pascali. Man who scored the winner against Rangers, Kilmarnock's first home win over Rangers since 1994. Not all the cavalry up for Dundee for this one, but they've got plenty options in there, perhaps, if it comes back as a rebound, should they find the target here. And if they do find the target, will they find the net? It's over the wall, it's over the bar, and a chance is missed. Real anti-climax. He's better than that, Jamie McCluskey. Up, just can't get the ball to dip quick enough, and no problem at all for the Kilmarnock goalkeeper. Just one goal so far this season, McCluskey. Came against Dumbarton in the League Cup. He is again. Lockwood. She's overran that. Still got it though. Conroy. There's a foul on Lockwood. It's by Racchi. Bit of frustration perhaps from the Kilmarnock man.
Another little flick from McCluskey. He's full of them today. Lockwood. Now Conroy. Drives it in. Milne did get the flick onto it, just couldn't find McCluskey at the back post. We'll keep it alive though. O'Donnell. Sissoko got the vital flick onto that one. Milne was hanging in the air just behind him. It's not just been about the attacking play, it's been about the pressure they've put in Kilmarnock as well, Craig.
Yeah, it's quality balls in, you know, from wide areas. When you get them in from there, it really does give forwards a chance to nick ahead of defenders and get headers on target.
Talking about the fact Kilmarnock have only won once away from home this season. They haven't won anywhere other than Tynecastle since the beginning of February last year on the road. They've won twice at Hearts at the tail end of last season and once this season. Nowhere else.
It's strange though, because I was looking at Dundee and their home form isn't great. They've lost 5 times here, all by the odd goal, but they've taken more points away from home, and that's strange for a team, you know, that's in the hunt for promotion.
Yeah, 3 versus 6 for Dundee. 3 at home, 6 away wins. Stevie Riley playing on, despite the fact Chisholm ended up on the deck. Handshakes all around with Dean Shiels, and now Dundee have it back. Used to once contested a Scottish Cup semi-final, that was in 1964. It's the most glamorous cup meeting between the two. This has been decent fare so far, no goals though. Conroy. Chisholm. Ray. Waiting for support. It does eventually arrive from O'Donnell. McKeown. Awkward bounce there at the back for Craig McKeown. Kilmarnock looking to take the initiative in the tie. An awkward tie for them. Kilmarnock have a corner.
Well, this was the one area that did worry Dundee earlier in the game when Manuel Pascali won the header and Dundee scrambled it clear, so I wouldn't be at all surprised if Pascali was the target again.
They're certainly in and about. Shiels to take. The goalkeeper came, didn't get there, and it is Manuel Pascali! Always a threat in the box! Who suckers Dundee here? They thought they had the lead earlier. They didn't have it. Kilmarnock do now. They have the initiative at Dens.
Well, it's a terrific finish, but I think one of the 2 Dundee defenders can't see the ball because of the sunlight. They stood and watched. Pascali's on the run. It's a decent ball in from Dean Shiels, but the man who wanted it most got there, and he's given Kilmarnock what could be an invaluable lead. See the sun causing real problems. Can't see the ball. Pascali did, and he's put Killie ahead.
They were warned earlier on that Kilmarnock's Italian captain comes to the fore and he puts them in the box seat.
He's been up twice in the first half. He's won both headers. 1 scramble clear, 2nd one in the back of the net.
Well, that will settle Kilmarnock without a doubt. It's come at a good time for them as well. It's beyond the half-hour mark into the 2nd third. Pascali with his 4th of the season. Shiels. Will that knock the stuffing out of Dundee? They'll need to respond. Ray was trying to thread that one through to Milne. Should be Gary Irvins, and was, but Shiels waiting to pounce. That's good play by Dean Shiels. Can dig out the cross though, and Ryan Conroy's away for the hosts. Milne. McCluskey. Dundee trying to get that zip back that they had in the early part of the match. Chisholm. Lockwood. Conroy out there as well. Lockwood once more. Blocked at source by Danny Racchi. It was a handball.
Saved Dundee, throw everybody forward in an attempt to nick one off a set piece of their own. And they've actually taken the loss of the goal well. They've got back on the ball, they've got back into the Kilmarnock half, and it looks like they're just going to keep going. There's plenty of time left. Their belief is still there.
Ryan Conroy will deliver. Plenty waiting to receive, round about the 18-yard line. Kilmarnock with everyone back to defend it. Conroy's ball in. And weight of numbers helped the visitors there, preserving their 1-0 lead, given to them by Manuel Pascali just a couple of minutes ago. O'Donnell, the Dundee cap, that's been given away, and now they could be made to suffer even more here. Douglas is off his line, Heffernan is on the move. This is Shiels, Shiels on the turn, not far away.
What a chance for Kilmarnock. They had plenty of bodies there, and I don't think they made the most of it. The header back from Gary Irvine short when he gets there, Paul Heffernan. Now he's got to pick somebody out quickly. Just takes a little bit extra time. Bodies get back, and eventually the final shot, dragged wide of the far post.
Sissoko on loan from the Italian side, Udinese. Second loan spell on loan from Udinese. They're desperate to get Sissoko back, Kilmarnock, after the lost Fraser Wright to St Johnstone, lost the likes of he and Craig Bryson as well. There's a summer of changes at Killie. They've reacted well to it, similar kind of season to the last campaign. It's inconsistency the problem for Kilmarnock, otherwise they'd be right up there with Motherwell and feeling third. To McCluskey, was a good challenge by Gary Irvine. Irvine, plenty SPL experience with St Johnstone. 3 years at Saints. Most of those in the SPL. To O'Donnell's ball, Milne caught in the wide area there. Ray trying to put pressure on Pascali. Dundee fans trying to G their team up. I'd love to see an equaliser before the break. I certainly feel they should be level in this game at least. O'Donnell comes to McGregor. He's in fighting that one through to Conroy. Out to Lockwood. Killie get it clear. Chisholm keeps it going. There's a shout for handball against Racchi. The referee's not interested. Shake of the head from Stevie O'Reilly. McGregor through 2-0. McCluskey, Irvine. O'Donnell. McGregor. McGregor. The fans wanting more urgency in their team. In the end, they give it away. One thing about the Dens crowd, Craig, no matter if it's cup or if it's league, if their team go behind, they get a bit frustrated.
Yeah, most stadiums you go to are exactly the same, and I think they'll feel there's a bit of an injustice about being behind because they've started the game so well.
Hey. Fowler. Racchi. Shiels was ahead of him. The challenge by Milne, was it? No, the referee was late with his decision there, unless he's just perhaps seen a head knock there. As Milne went in with the challenge.
The referee felt maybe a knee that hit Gary Hay in the head. He was very, very quick, you know, to blow the whistle. So there was certainly a clatter in there. You realise Gary Hay had taken a dull one, and he's quite right. In that position, blow the whistle quick, make sure the physio's on straight away.
Well, they're not happy with what they're seeing so far. Performance has been good by Dundee, but they're 1-0 down, and they all thought they were 1-0 up at one point with 6 minutes to go until half-time. And this is the goal that separates the two.
Pascali just gets the run. As I say, the men at the front post were standing with their hands up, couldn't see the ball because of the sun. Pascali gets there before the goalkeeper, and that is the difference between the sides.
The man from Milan saw the goal, and that's all that matters for Kilmarnock. A potentially tricky cup tie for them. They got that nerve settler from their skipper. Nice cam by Sissoko. Bell away. Dayton, but it was well read by Gary Irvin, and then runs into Jamie McCluskey. Both all right. Look at your picture. Milne. Good play by Milne. Ever dependable for Dundee. Was the man who had it in the net for them. The goal that was ruled out. They had originally been given. Good football there by Killie. Racchi. Still Racchi. He was off balance. That's why he went to ground. Heffernan. Racchi. Shiels. Fowler. Blocked by Chisholm. There's no outball at the moment because Stevie Milne was back in his own half helping to defend, so Kilmarnock immediately back in possession, and it's Pascali for Heffernan. The high boot though by Paul Heffernan.
It's another clever ball though, just chipped over the back of the Dundee defence. Paul Heffernan times his run perfectly, but well defended. Got to be brave there, exactly what you're looking for from a centre back.
Milne. Chisholm forcing it through to Gavin Ray. He's got it behind Pascali. Well, he had to take it early, Gavin Ray. But he should be hitting the target from there.
It's not a bad effort. It's a clever turn though. Just allows the ball to go through him. That creates a little bit of space. Then goes for the far corner and just gets underneath it. Good move though. Good play from Dundee. Almost the perfect finish.
Bell there was part of the Scotland squad that went to Liechtenstein and Spain in October. Good experience for him, despite the fact there was no game time. Even if he did break his arm whilst away. Almost forgot about that.
Yeah, there was a slight downside to the whole thing.
Irvine. His uncle Brian won the Scottish Cup for Aberdeen in 1990, winning penalty. And that's the throw-in for Milne. Pascali. O'Donnell, Milne, McCluskey. 4 Dundee players inside him, but McCluskey again, he's certainly got the talent, Craig, but he's overcooked it a couple of times. But Dundee get it back immediately. Gary Irvine, too much on it for Bell.
Yeah, I think Jamie McCluskey slightly unlucky in a wide area. It was just a turf that the ball nicked off and he lost control and eventually lost possession.
Last minute of the first half. Hay threading it through to Racchi. Well, this would be a dagger to the hearts of Dundee. Heffernan couldn't get there, but the flag was up in any case. So even if Heffernan had found the net, it wouldn't have counted.
Well, that's unlike Paul Heffernan, because it's a terrific move. It's a great ball that gets Racchi in. Then Heffernan's just going to bide his time. If the ball across is decent, and he might just go slightly too early, didn't matter. Final ball in was a poor one.
What have you made of the first half then?
Well, I think Dundee have been terrific. They've taken the game at Kilmarnock every chance they can. The major disappointment, the goal that was chalked off, but a moment's hesitation at the back has cost them. They're one down.
Well, the booing you hear comes from the Dundee supporters. Manuel Pascali put Kilmarnock in front, but there was controversy before that because Dundee had the ball in the net through Stevie Milne. And this was the big moment. There's a touch there from Chisholm, took it through to Milne. That meant Milne was offside. The referee, Stevie O'Reilly, gave the goal initially because Charlie Smith, the assistant referee, didn't flag. He then consulted with Charlie Smith. It was ruled out, and then that happened. And that is why the SPL side lead the First Division side at Dens Park in the opening match of the Scottish Cup 4th round. Half-time at Dens, Dundee 0, Killie 1. No changes for either team at half-time. Killie will get us underway. They will attack the Bob Shankly stand away to the right where their fans are this afternoon. And they got that goal from Manuel Pascali. You felt at a really good time because Dundee had been the better side. They had been in the ascendancy. Kilmarnock hadn't done too much attacking. They had given Dundee an early warning with the Pascali header before the goal from another corner kick. But here come Dundee with Ray. Skips away from Sissoko. Conroy. It's in! What a start to the second half! Milne gets the touch, but that was about the run of Ray and Conroy, and that's where Milne's going just now. Brilliant retaliation for Dundee.
An incredible start to the second half. We wondered, could Dundee come out and play the way they did at the start of the first? Well, not only have they started well, they've got the reward straight away. They win the ball, Gavin Ray brings it across, he waits for the run at Conroy, looking for the run, then plays it in, and Ryan Conroy smashes it across goal, and Stevie Milne sliding into the front post, gets a toe end on it. Brilliant start to the second half for Dundee. Great finish, Stevie Milne.
21 seconds of the second half were played when Stevie Milne popped in goal number 11 for the season. The D's top scorer does it again. And that has woken up Dens Park. The home fans exactly what they would have wanted to see.
And now, can they drive on from there? Or Kilmarnock, they now have to deal with the blow of losing their lead. Let's see if they can pick up the pace. I tell you, it's got the makings of a cracking cup tie.
I never said, Manny Smith said at half-time it worked. As that free kick comes in, Douglas missed that completely. He's got away with it though. Well, Barry Smith was barely back in the dugout when that went in.
Well, I don't think he can believe it, because I'm sure he was worried that his team might just drop a little because of the way the first half went. He'd be stressing, get back about your business, take the game to Kilmarnock, but I'm sure it was beyond his wildest dreams to get an equaliser so early.
So Bobby Geddes there as well, on Barry Smith's staff, of course, former Dundee goalkeeper, Dundee legend.
Kilmarnock goalkeeper.
Of course.
Yeah.
I always just think of Dundee when I think of Bobby Geddes. It's Dundee who have got themselves back on terms. They've lost just once in the last 8. And of course chasing an SPL place in the league. Their best recent run in the cup was a quarter-final a couple of years ago. They were miles clear at the top of the First Division, and that time under Jockey Scott. They lost That cup tie, Inverness roared back and were promoted. Dundee the following season went into administration. Barry Smith took over with a 25-point deduction to contend with. They finished 6th in the end last season despite that. They've got some defending to do here. Kilmarnock would have been stung by that Dundee leveller. McKeown. Overlap eventually arrives from Irvin. Ray waits in the middle, so too does Conroy. Finds neither. Fowler made a mess out of a big shout for a handball from the stands behind the goal there. McKeown. Dundee with a bit between the teeth. McKeown couldn't find the target.
Kilmarnock under real pressure at the start of the second half, and it's another good ball in from the wide area. Get it between the goalkeeper and defenders. Defenders face their own goal. James Fowler tries to knock it for a corner, plays it back into the middle, and eventually just flicks it clear, but that could have gone absolutely anywhere.
Dayton up the other end, Kilmarnock with Shiels now. Chisholm's back there as well. Has he prevented the corner? I'm sure he has. Cammy Bell happy to help. While we wait for Jamie McCluskey to try and get back from his cramp, here it comes. This was the Dundee move earlier on that led to the goal. 21 seconds. Well, they couldn't have dreamt of a better start to the second half.
No, and it's an absolutely terrific goal because Gavin Ray keeps the ball, waits for Conroy to get in the overlap, plays it ahead of him, and then he does the right thing, smash it across goal, and Stevie Milne, the ace goal poacher, he just throws himself in, deflects it into the corner.
Scored a couple at Ibrox in a memorable St Johnstone win over Rangers in the League Cup. St Johnstone legend as a result of that, but now with their great rivals Dundee, not sure how that affects his legendary status in Perth. Corner Kilmarnock. Oh, it's difficult, it's away from Irvin. This is going to come back at them though. What a save from Douglas from Hay.
Corners are causing so many problems for Dundee. They do manage to get this one clear, but when it comes to Gary Hay, he hits an absolute fizzer. Good save, Rob Douglas.
Does this come under the umbrella of typical cup tie? Whatever that means.
It's engrossing cup tie football because you've no idea where this is going to swing next.
Another corner for Killie. Shiels to take, outswinger this time. Equally difficult to defend. They scored from a corner. It was Pascali who scored from that corner, and he was again, for the third time, free header.
He's getting away from his marker time and time again. The quality of the ball in is good, so he just needs to get half a yard and get his head up. Here's the chance before Gary Hay. It's an absolute beauty. You know, he can't hit this any better. But Rob Douglas, right place at the right time to make a good save.
Doesn't score many, Gary Hay. Jamie Fowler in the foreground there in the picture. Both Kilmarnock legends who tend not to score many goals. Gary Hay's last came February 2010. It's against St Johnstone. Dundee defending, McKeown just sliding in, he was on the stretch. Well, if we wondered if the second half was going to be as good as the first, those questions have been answered in the opening 21 seconds really, but 6 minutes of it now. Hay. Kilmarnock reacted okay to the goal going in there?
They certainly have, you know. They've created a couple of chances, they forced the goalkeeper into a good save, they've dominated a bit of possession, but I think Dundee will be delighted. They're back in the game. Now it's a question of ambition. You know, who wants to win it on the day? I would either team at the moment think a draw is not a bad result.
If it does finish in a draw, finishes like this, or if there is more scoring, if it is a draw, Tuesday the 17th of January for the replay at Rugby Park. Kilmarnock are doing some good pressing since Dundee equalised. They've got another free kick. Dayton upended by Irvin.
Yeah, it's another one. Once he knocks the ball, he firstly runs into the defender, but because Gary Irvin's square on, he's always going to get the free kick. It's just a question of whether Dean Shiels, Danny Racchi. There's one or two over there look like they fancy their chances here of working the goalkeeper again.
Shiels as ever over the Kilmarnock set piece. James Dayton there as well. Maybe Dayton with the left or Shiels with the right. Both can cause problems from this kind of area. Certainly not too far wide for a shot at goal if that's what Shiels decides to do. That's what he decided to do. Took an awkward bounce there, and Douglas held on at the second attempt for dear life.
It was an odd free kick because I thought he was going for a bender, but he virtually just put his foot through the ball, went for a bit of pace, flicks off the wall, and Brad Douglas just does enough to get that under control.
Made by Liam Kelly. I'd love to be out there playing still, wouldn't you, Barry Smith? He's good friends with his former teammate here at Dens, Gavin Ray, who's playing today. Apparently Gavin Ray's not allowed to call him Barry anymore. Certainly not in the training pitch.
I think that's quite right. You know, you've got to show respect for the man in charge, and if you're his best mate, you still have to call him boss, gaffer, whatever he prefers.
5 at a time if you call him Barry, apparently. Long one from Chisholm. Good run of McCluskey. Coming clear was Rory McKeown. Send it back to the keeper. Kilmarnock will bring on William Gros shortly. As Killie come forward with Racchi. Route forward was blocked. Kelly. Hay. Fowler. And it'll be James Dayton who'll come off, and he hasn't had a great game. James Dayton this afternoon, not his best. And it will be Gros who will come on. Irvin. Change will be made at the next stoppage, you feel, as Lockwood takes over for Dundee. To leave it back. Thumped away by Craig McKeown. Back to Bell. Again, it looked like it was short with the pass there, just kind of stuck in the park. Pascali. Come on, and remember, with a semi-final to look forward to in the League Cup against Ayr United. And a game that could be. It's coming up at the end of the month. Here come Dundee now. McCluskey. Dayton. One of his final touches before he's hooked. Chisholm comes off. Stevie O'Reilly has helped Dundee. And the ref has an assist in this. Lockwood. Conroy. Donald blocked by Hay. Now the change will be made by Kilmarnock. William Gros will come on. James Dayton will come off. Craig Patterson.
To be fair, James Dayton hasn't really managed to get isolated one-on-one against Gary Irvine, hasn't caused him any problems at all, and Billy Dodd's talking at half-time about playing a high line Dundee. Well, William Gros, who's coming on, is very quick, you know, so I think the Kilmarnock management have had a look. More likely to play him through the middle where he can use his pace, but they might just dink a couple of balls over the top of that Dundee back four and see if the pace of William Gros can pay dividends.
Stick him up with Heffernan from the Reunion Islands. It's Gros, and he's away on his bike already. Dundee scrap, and it's Lockwood to Ray. Chisholm, O'Donnell. Well, if this is any kind of barometer, the other cup ties this weekend in the fourth round have got a lot to live up to. Certainly if it continues in this vein. Heffernan. Shiels. Run through towards William Gros. Heffernan's there as well. Just for a moment it looked like the two Kilmarnock strikers had got in behind the Dundee defence.
I think that's what they're going to do now. It's a different kind of problem for the Dundee back four. Two players through the middle. Centre backs will have to figure out who's picking up who.
Hamidou Sissoko. Oh, he was getting no peace from Chisholm there. Kilmarnock looking the more productive team just now as we approach the hour mark.
Yeah, I think Dundee haven't scored the goal. You know, they're just sitting in, making sure the next 10 minutes they don't switch off and give anything away, and Kilmarnock enjoying a bit of possession.
Killie have won the Scottish Cup 3 times, most recently in 1997. Final against Falkirk at Ibrox, Paul Wright with the goal. 1997. Incredible to think it's that long ago now, 15 years. Flick from Heffernan. Shiels is nearly in. Oh, he's got the free kick there. Challenge came from Craig McKeown. Yellow card too.
I've got to say, you're going to get the free kick for that because he's blocked the run, but you know, I think a yellow card, is that really required? It's a clever touch. The player's committed to the challenge. You know, there has been a clash of legs, but they're settled there just for the free kick.
Confirmation of the booking for McKeown, and now Kilmarnock have a free kick in a decent area. Dundee have conceded a few of these in the match. Douglas in goal there. Matt Lockwood, the Dundee left back, both assistant managers at the club, as Kilmarnock look to go back in front, but it's a poor effort in the end from Gary Hay.
Anti-climax, you know, for the Killie fans behind that goal. Gary Hay, you know, keep saying he's better than that, but he's got to be hitting the target there. Got to work the goalkeeper. There's always a chance of the ball coming back into play and one of your teammates picking up a tap in, but you stick in the crowd behind the goals, that kills it completely.
Well, your best place to find out how all the other ties go this afternoon is to tune in to Sports Scene Results, 4:30 this afternoon on BBC One Scotland. How will this one go? Plenty more life in this cup tie with half an hour left. Dundee equalising in the opening minute of the second half through Stevie Milne after Manuel Pascali had given Kilmarnock the lead just after the half-hour mark. Pascali. Racchi. McKeown got himself in a good area. Not the best cross in the world though. Heffernan's kept it in. Fowler. Heffernan. And Dundee happy with the way that fell in the box. Struggling to keep the ball now, Dundee, aren't they?
Well, all the 50-50s at the moment in the middle of the park have been won by Kilmarnock players. In the early part of the match, it was Dundee completely dominant in there, but the SPL side on top slightly at the moment without creating any great chances.
Ray. Kluski out there as well to Irvin. Still Irvin. Ray. Oh, wasn't the best pass from Ray. It is a corner, but it could have been so much better for Dundee had Ray returned it to Irvin.
Just slightly too much on the pass from Gavin Ray. If he takes a little bit off that, Gary Irvin's there. Too much pace, allows the defender round to clear.
Killie have a Ryan Conroy corner to defend. Sissoko was up there, he didn't win it though. Bell clutching onto it underneath his crossbar.
Sissoko, you would expect a defender to win that. It was Craig McKeown managed to knock the ball back in there, but easy for the goalkeeper.
And now suddenly it's Dundee again doing the pressing. McCluskey, good footwork. Oh, that's a shot. That was penalty. He's given it. He's given the penalty to Dundee. That's for the Boost.
Well, we're right behind it, and from here it does look like a push. Sissoko manages to get himself wrong side. Gets a yellow card for his problems, and Ryan Conroy, he made the run. He ended up underneath the ball, and the referee points to the spot. You'll see it better from here. Conroy gets in ahead, Sissoko's all over him, the player goes down. The referee says penalty, and it's hard to argue.
Well, Matt Lockwood, who's scored 3 times this season, has the chance to give Dundee the lead. What a moment this is. Dens Park waits. Some in expectancy, some in anticipation. Cammy Bell waits on his line. Matt Lockwood. Saved by Bell. It's a poor penalty.
Oh, what a chance gone a begging for Dundee. Matt Lockwood goes to the goalkeeper's right, doesn't get anywhere near the corner, doesn't get the power. Cammy Bell, he guesses the right side, and he makes what is a comfortable save from a penalty. It's just a really poor strike from Lockwood.
Here's Dundee's penalty taker. He's missed a right good chance there. And they may well live to regret that one. Kilmarnock let off the hook big time. And here they come. Fowler, Shiels. Everyone left it there apart from Irvin, who was the calmest man in the stadium, I think.
How composed was that? He knew exactly what was going on. He knew that nobody was around him. And when the ball did come through, everybody else was panicking. The coolest man in the park just chests it back to his goalkeeper.
Dundee, who trailed 1-0, they had the ball in the net, remember, in the first half through Stevie Milne. It was ruled offside correctly. Went behind to a Pascali header, levelled in 21 second half seconds through Milne, and have just missed a penalty. Sometimes when a goalkeeper saves it, you can't miss a penalty. The goalkeeper's made the save. That was a miss.
That was a poor penalty, and it's interesting. Is that going to give Kilmarnock a real lift? You know, sometimes it's as good as a goal. You know, your team get an unbelievable lift. You think you're going behind, and you're still level. Dundee have got to deal with disappointment once again.
Lockwood eventually takes the free kick. He missed that penalty. The Dundee left back. It's also a player assistant manager here along with Rab Douglas, both in the starting lineup this afternoon. There's the penalty again, Craig.
Yeah, well, he's going to hate seeing it so many times, and I'm sure he will as the week and the highlights move on. But I tell you what, they're still level, Dundee. They've still got a real chance of putting themselves in the next round.
Oh, it's a let-off for Killie. Maybe a wakening up call for them as well. Flags up eventually from Charlie Smith. Craig Patterson mentioned highlights there. You can watch highlights of all this afternoon's Scottish Cup 4th round ties tonight. 10:20 BBC One Scotland, including this one, and highlights tomorrow as well. The 2 ties taking place tomorrow: Peterhead, Celtic, Arbroath, Rangers, BBC 2 Scotland. William Gros now for Killie. Well, we've got a corner here.
It's been probably their most productive avenue. Every corner has caused problems for Dundee, and I'd imagine Dean Shiels' one idea: keep it away from Rab Douglas and give Pascali, Sissoko and co a chance to get their head on it.
Topsy-turvy cup tie. This one, you can't even call it end-to-end because it's being end for a while and then to the other end for a while. Both teams having good spells, and it's Kilmarnock looking to have one here. Racchi. Hey. That's awkward there. Flicked away by McGregor. The expense of another Kilmarnock corner.
Well, it's well defended, Neil McGregor at the back post, because Sissoko definitely got the edge in height. When his ball comes in there, he's taking a good position, McGregor, and that's a good header.
It's an Ayrshire, Neil McGregor from Irvin. Yeah, we're a bit more special for him. This cup tie. In comes the corner from Shiels, another header! And it was Pascali again.
Dundee have got to do something about this. You know, if Craig McKeown's going to get beat every time by Pascali, you've got to change. Get somebody else on, because that is going to cost you big time. That's the third time Pascali has won a clear header in the middle of the box. He's missed 2 and scored 1.
Not many defensive options on the bench for Dundee, though, to be fair. They do have Kyle Benedictus, but as defensive as they get. Away by McGregor again. Racchi fighting for it with Liam Kelly. Dundee coming out with it. Ryan Conroy, who won the penalty, having been barged down by Sissoko, who was booked for his troubles. Conroy. Hopwood missed that penalty. You can see the pitch cutting up, bouncing, and bobbling its way back to Douglas. Good play by O'Donnell, that was calm. Great play by Dundee. O'Donnell's continued his run. Sissoko read what was going on to his right. And on the Dundee left, Conroy was out there, Sissoko was out quick as a flash. Shiels. It was Irvin. McCluskey. Craig, we're into the final quarter. Who's going to win this one, if anyone?
I honestly couldn't tell you. You know, I hope it's a great goal. I hope it's not a mistake. You know, and somebody's looking back on being the player that sold the jerseys when it was such a tight game.
Here they go, Kilmarnock, McKeown, Heffernan waits, Douglas was there too. Well, Heffernan snuffed out. Again, the Dundee defence looked like it was being carved wide open there. Ray. Went straight to Hay. Kelly. "20 minutes to go. Sissoko is alongside Pascali in the heart of the defence, and that has been an area Dundee haven't really tested since the first minute of the second half. They had the penalty, Sissoko was booked, but it's an area that Barry Smith would have liked to have seen tested more, having had the bit between the teeth at the time. Yeah, and what you do is, if you know that a centre half's been booked, you try and get somebody running at him every chance you get, because he knows he can't dangle a leg in anything else, and he's off the park, and games can change on anything. And at the moment, you know, it's got a little bit scrappy. You know, earlier on there was better play, there was a lot of good one-touch stuff, and out of the park is cutting up a little bit, but at the moment neither team could claim to be the dominant. They've certainly given the fullbacks plenty to think about. Have Dundee. McKeown. Ray was trying to play in McCluskey. One of a couple of former high Bs in the Dundee team today, Ross Chisholm being another. Dundee yet to look to their bench. Manager quite happy the way things are going so far. 50-50 on the possession as well. McCluskey. And Dundee have a corner kick. Jamie McCluskey's, he's just patrolling that wide right area in the second half. He was more involved in the first 45 coming in, getting on the ball, flicking little passes here and there, but it looks like he's been told, stay out there, stretch the defence, and see if you can get some quality deliveries. Plenty waiting for this one. Nobody in dark blue could get onto it. Well, Kilmarnock showing Dundee how to defend a corner there.
I'll just make sure if you're marking a man, he doesn't get a free header. You've got to have your head in there. You've got to make sure he can't pick his spots. And Kilmarnock have won far too many, far too easily at the other end.
There's always going to be an awkward afternoon for Killie, the SPL side. Dundee feel, as a club, despite all the problems they've had in the last couple of years, they feel they're an SPL club in the waiting. A long way back for them against Ross County in the First Division, particularly if County win their 2 games in hand. Falkirk, of course, very much in the mix too.
I think it's the second time Jamie McCluskey's had treatment for a bit of cramp, and you can't afford any passengers out there. This game is still in the balance, and Dundee are going to have to make the change.
It will be Jake Hyde who will come on, and it is Jamie McCluskey who goes off. So Jake Hyde, who was dropped to the bench this afternoon, having scored the winner against Wraith Rovers last weekend, replacing McCluskey. What have you made of McCluskey? He's been a crowd pleaser anyway, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's a lovely footballer. You know, he's got a lot of skills, a lot of nice touches. It's just he needs to make a bigger impact on the game, but he's had a decent match. He's been taken off because the legs have gone, the cramp won't go away. And now Jake Hyde, fresh legs, new ideas.
He had a spell at Dunfermline last season, Jake Hyde. He was here as a trialist initially, played as a trialist during Dundee's transfer embargo, which was placed on them because of going into administration last season. And then he went to Dunfermline, and now he's back here. Gary Irvin. Right, trying to get a first touch. Pascali was there. Moving in towards the final 15 minutes at Dens. Away by Lockwood. Heffernan. William Gros. Blocked by Chisholm. And the referee waited a second there. He has given the free kick eventually.
Yeah, I think Racchi did everything he could to pull out the challenge, realised he wasn't getting there and decided to stop, but certainly the foot's come down on the top of Ross Chisholm's foot, which can be a sore one, right at the top of the ankle, but certainly no reason for the referee to take any action against Racchi other than the warning.
Sissoko. Conroy though. Away by Pascali. William Gros. Heffernan and Shiels to his left. Heffernan's made a run into the channel. Shiels has it. Fowler in loads of space out here. Conroy trying to close it down. Fowler. Jamie Fowler, not exactly your typical flamboyant winger, to be fair on him.
No, he never looked like he was going to create any kind of space, so he could whip the ball in. The defender always had it under control.
He wins a Kilmarnock corner kick, and they've been very, very dangerous. So he's been the Achilles heel of Dundee.
Yeah, well, you could see what Gary Hay was thinking there. I'm not going to pass it back to James Fowler. We'd much rather have the corner because we know we can cause real problems.
So Dean Shiels will take the corner kick. Plenty movement in the box again. Douglas holds on, but once more, that Dundee goal leading a charmed life when it comes to corners.
Yeah, I think it's Liam Kelly. I'm not sure if it gets to the head or the back or the shoulder, but it comes just beyond Pascali. He gets more or less a shoulder on it. Managed to get it goalward, but easy save for the keeper. Once again, Pascali underneath the ball. Comes off Kelly. Decent save by Robert Douglas.
Kind of a combination of Ray and Kelly there. Dundee getting away with it again, and now the action rages up the other end. This is Milne. Irvin. Once more. That's clever from Milne. Really well done. And unlucky again. I say clever, of course it's only clever because he found a teammate. Lockwood. Chasing forward to Ray, come back to Lockwood again. The veteran left back missed that glorious chance from the penalty spot. In the second half, they would have picked Dundee 2-1 up. It is still Dundee 1, Kilmarnock 1, 12 minutes to go. It's on a knife edge. Milne. He's got some help up front now. Gets it back from behind, it's Milne! Great save by Bell. He had to look lively, Cameron Bell. Come Dundee again! Off the woodwork, was it? Bell there as well. It was Bell. Corner kick.
Well, what have they got to do to score? And Cammy Bell. One save was good, the second one was absolutely different class. Once again, Dundee, great 1-2 in the box. Stevie Milne, you fancy him. He's so quick off his line, Bell, and when it comes back in the second time, I think it's a Ryan Conroy header. Luke's gone bottom corner. How he gets that, I have no idea. Brilliant double save.
Corner comes in, Bell holds on. Well, very much the hero, Cammy Bell. A couple of saves and he holds on to the corner kick. As if his life depended on it, and now Kilmarnock are on the counter. Dean Shiels ball in, Heffernan's a good space, there's a slip. Heffernan can take advantage of it. No, he can't, because back came Stephen O'Donnell.
That's another saving tackle, because you fancy Heffernan from there. He's going to hit the target, he's going to work the keeper, but it's a decent ball in. You just see there's a slight clash there, the defender goes down. Here's the chance, takes one touch too many, but it's a good challenge.
Another corner though. And this is making the Dundee fans nervous. Just over 10 to go. Again, it's awkward. This time there wasn't a clean header onto it. Dean Shiels is back on to the ball. Douglas holds on.
Can't believe he's tried to take on the goalkeeper from there. And just another ball into the box was the idea. Shifts it onto his left side, but you know, it's an easy save for the goalkeeper. But this was the Heffernan effort. Just thought he maybe took one touch too many. Gave the defender a chance to get across and slide in and make the block.
Well, there's the Northern Irish double act. Jimmy Nicholl to the right, Kenny Shiels to the left. Two very different characters, it's fair to say. Both looking into the Dundee sunshine and hoping that their side can find a winner before the end. Otherwise, if it stays like this, there will be a replay later in the month on the 17th. Shiels. Bell, a few terrific saves in the second half. He also saved the penalty. That wasn't a terrific save because it wasn't a terrific penalty, but he had to save it. To be fair, he gone the other way, he might have had a problem, but remains 1-1. And he could so easily have been in front had it not been for the Killie keeper. Shiels gets it through to William Gros. Gary Irvin for company, comes back to Heffernan. There's Gary Irvin once more. No foul, referee waving play on, as if to say the advantage is with Kilmarnock. McKeown, Shiels. It's a free kick this time.
Kilmarnock would rather have the free kick because I'd be surprised if they didn't just lob this into the box as well. Look for the back post. Pascali or Sissoko head back across the box and then just hope it falls to one of the players in blue and white.
It has been an up and down season for Kilmarnock so far. They've lost just 3 though of their last 11 SPL games. One of those was at Celtic Park as well, so it's been a decent run they've been on. Yeah,
well, you can see there's a spirit about them. You know, late in the game, you know, 8 minutes plus stoppage time, they're still throwing men forward.
A couple go down in the box, referee not interested, and it's another waste for Kilmarnock. Let's have a look at Cammy Bell's moments.
Yeah, well, Stephen Milne, you fancy him there, but all the goalkeeper can do is get there quickly, spread himself, I mean, this header back across him, textbook header.
Oh.
That is a fantastic save. Full length, left hand, brilliant.
McKeown returning to the fray. Hyde was trying to pick out his strike partner Milne. Hyde hasn't really got into the game yet. Long one forward towards Gros. Douglas holds on. Lose your money on 7 minutes left. I'd argue that Kilmarnock have perhaps been better in possession in the second half, but Dundee have had the better chances. Ball against Pascali. I'm not sure he would have known too much about it. This is Shiels. Pinched by Irvine. How good's Gary Irvine been today, Craig?
Yeah, terrific. We always know he can go forward, but his defensive work has been top drawer as well.
Offside against Hyde.
No sign of either team's, been lacking in fitness either. Full-time clubs. They're going to go at it for the full 90. Yeah, definitely offside. Starts his run far too early, the sub.
Racchi. Now Fowler. He's going to pick out a cross. McKeown was in at the back post. It's flicked away. Stevie Milne back helping Irvine at the back post area. Hey. Heffernan jumped too early that time. Sort of cup tie that both teams, you look at it just now, if you said to them, would you be happy with a draw here? They probably wouldn't, because both will fancy their chance of winning it. Yeah, well, you're hoping that something will happen between now and then and save you the bother of an extra game, but Dundee in their league have been better away from home. Kilmarnock have definitely been better at home, so if it does return to Rugby Park for a replay, both sides will probably figure they can do the job there. Free kick against O'Donnell, challenge on Shiels. 5 minutes left. For all Kilmarnock's lovely football, all their best chances have come from just getting the ball in the box. Here they come again. Long one from Killie. Well, just seemed to flash over the crossbar there from Liam Killie. He certainly struck it with plenty of pace. I thought he can't be taking the goalie on from there, but if he'd kept it down, it would have been a difficult one for Robert Douglas, because he certainly gave it plenty of zing. Yeah, it was always rising from Killie. He's had a good season, Liam Killie. Hasn't scored yet this campaign. He got 8 last season. Gros. Shiels. Heffernan flags up against Paul Heffernan. The linesman on this side, obviously, under a bit of pressure from the Dundee fans. Every time a ball's played forward, there's a big shout to get the flag up. To be fair to Charlie Smith, he gave the goal in the first half, didn't he? That's true, but I thought he changed his mind, and it wasn't, because from this side you could not tell there'd been that extra touch. Yeah, we hear it was Frank McDermott, the 4th official, who ruled out the Stevie Milne goal in the first half. Kilmarnock led 1-0 through Manuel Pascali. Pegged back by Stevie Milne in the opening minute of the second half. Matt Lockwood missed a penalty for Dundee as well. Dundee have had their chances against their SPL opponents. Lots of great cup ties to come later this afternoon. Cowdenbeath, Hibernian. For Aberdeen as well. Hearts hosting Auchinleck Talbot. Junior side, Tynecastle. I thought there might be a shock here. There might still be. Irvine. Here by Pascali. Irvine again. Milne. towards Hyde. No free kick, says the referee. Shiels trying to get William Pro back onto it. Perhaps a bit of frustration from the Kilmarnock striker Gros there.
Well, the referee might have pinged him for that one. You know, there's no point. The defender's going nowhere. Allow him to kick a ball out of play. Don't barge into the back of him, because a lot of referees would have penalised you. Mind you, there wasn't much in the actual contact.
2 minutes to go. Goal now you feel would be a winner. Kelly. Shiels. Pinched by Gavin Ray. Chisholm. And we hear there will be 2 minutes of stoppage time added on at the end of the game, as things stand anyway. Milne. Shiels. Dundee struggling to get rid of this. Again, it's going to come back at them. McKeown. Racchi. Around the houses. Flicked away by Lockwood. And the referee not happy with something in the penalty area, so Dundee will have the free kick.
That's a good ball in from Danny Racchi. Good run down the left-hand side. Get the ball into the mixer, but referee sees, I think, it must be the back post. Bit of shoving there. Yeah, the arms are definitely on the defender, forcing him to head it up in the air.
Matt Lockwood, who you saw there, will be tonight, I'm sure, reviewing the penalty that he missed. Especially if it finishes one apiece. A chance to have put Dundee into round 5. So the 2 minutes of stoppage time. It's underway now. Flick from Hyde. It's been one of those ties where you feel something could happen at any time. Every chance there could be a winner for one of these teams today in the final 2 minutes of the game. Heffernan couldn't get onto it. It's away by Lockwood. He took his time there, Gary Hay. What has this match got left to give? Jake Hyde. Pascali was there, the Kilmarnock captain. It came from Fowler to Shiels and then to Hay. And in the final minute, with stoppage time added on by the referee, Racchi to McKeown. Kilmarnock with plenty ahead of the ball. Heffernan's one of them. Didn't get a good touch onto it though, did he? The Dubliner. Long one forward towards Gros. It's too high for him though. Douglas will accept the goal kick from Craig Patterson. It's looking like this is going to a replay.
I think that could be it in terms of a winner today. I've got to be honest, I don't think either team deserved to lose. Dundee, second half, definitely forced Cammy Bell into some really good saves. Killie had pressure. Rob Douglas had a couple of saves of his own. But it's been a great cup tie, and wouldn't mind seeing a second one just like it.
Well, you would think that that would be it as Douglas takes the goal kick. Stevie Riley does end the cup tie, and we will be going to a replay on January the 17th. Tuesday, January the 17th at Rugby Park, because these two couldn't be separated this afternoon, but that man there, Matt Lockwood, had the chance to separate the teams in the second half. It was a tame penalty kick after Ryan Conroy being pushed to the deck. Manuel Pascali gave Kilmarnock the lead just beyond the half-hour mark in the first half with a header. Stevie Milne equalising in 21 second-half seconds. Quite an incredible start to the second 45. Cammy Bell, who saved the penalty, it was a weak penalty. He did have to make the save. He made a few other terrific saves in the second half. And a game that was played out in front of a great atmosphere inside Dens Park. Really good standard set for the rest of the Scottish Cup fourth round ties. Neither of these two could get through to the fifth round this afternoon. They'll have to do it all over again in Ayrshire. It finishes here at Dens. Dundee 1, Kilmarnock 1.